From NDTV Studios on the second floor of the Duncan Student Center, a Notre Dame student media and Notre Dame television production. This is ND Sunrise.
Good morning and welcome back to ND Sunrise. I'm Abby Urban.
And I'm Amanda Pirkowski. Today we'll take a look at the upcoming Irish Wear Green game, weekly sports, and even a special weather update.
But first, let's catch up with Ashlyn Poppy, who asked around campus about students' favorite game day traditions. Ashlyn?
What's up, Irish? I'm Ashlyn Poppy with ND Sunrise. After a debut game at Ohio State, the first years here at Notre Dame got to experience their first home game on campus. Now, we want to go around Duncan Student Center and ask Notre Dame students about their favorite game day tradition.
There's a lot of good options out there, but I think I'd have to say Midnight Drummer Circle, absolutely.
I would definitely say my favorite game day tradition would be tailgating. It's a lot of fun seeing everyone out there.
My favorite game day tradition is probably going to Legacy with just everybody, all the seniors, all the juniors. It's just a good time.
Coos here. I would probably say waking up the freshmen at 6:30 in the morning on that first game day. You know, got to let them know what Notre Dame's all about, baby. Let's go.
Mine's the alma mater after games.
Mine's probably tailgating with my friends.
My favorite tradition is doing touchdown push-ups, and I got to do them this weekend at the Marshall game, and I did 7.
It's gotta be tailgating.
I mean, honestly, I really love the touchdown push-ups, especially when I'm getting pushed up.
Probably skipping the game and going to the library.
The player walk.
My favorite tradition would be tailgating before the game and meeting all your friends and all the other students before the game.
Here at ND Sunrise, we're super excited to see all of these traditions in person this Saturday when the Fighting Irish take on Cal at home.
Thanks, Ashlyn. I'm looking forward to taking part in some of these traditions this weekend, especially the Midnight Drum Circle and hopefully some touchdown push-ups.
Oh, yeah, I know. Those touchdown push-ups do scare me a little bit, though. Kind of invasive.
You get kind of high up.
Yeah.
Anyway, for more game day information, specifically the attire of both the ND players and the fans, let's send it over to Megan.
Hey Irish, this Saturday is the big day. It's the Irish Wear Green game. So if you're a Notre Dame fan and you're anywhere near that stadium on Saturday, you better be rocking some green. And I know we had a few of these games last year, however this year there's one very important change. The Notre Dame football team will be wearing green jerseys on the field to both match the fans and stick out from Cal's also blue and gold colors. Just think about Penn State's iconic whiteout games and schools like Georgia and Alabama who have stands filled with red. Notre Dame tends to be a little bit less coherent because of our blue, gold, white, and green merch. Plus, once it gets cold, it'll be a bit harder to coordinate all of our winter coats. For example, mine is pink. So let's be sure to get this Saturday right. And if you have absolutely nothing to wear, there's still time before Saturday to go to the bookstore or borrow a top for a friend. I'm probably gonna be borrowing one of my roommate's shirts. But hopefully I'll see you guys on Saturday in green. And go Irish.
Thanks, Megan. You know, I'm excited to see all of our players and fans all in a sea of green this weekend.
Yes, definitely.
Now for a little bit more about faith life on campus, Sam Kaufman spoke with the student-led prayer and worship group Iron Sharpens Iron about their event on South Quad. Sam?
Good morning, Notre Dame Television. I'm Sam Kaufman, and I'm actually sitting here in the Coleman Morris Campus Ministry building with Kyle Bass and Maya McClure. They are two members of Campus Ministry's Iron Sharpens Iron group, and they're here to talk to us about ISI on South Quad. But first, let's learn a little bit more about Iron Sharpens Iron. So Maya, can you tell us what ISI is?
Yeah, so Iron Sharpens Iron is an interdenominational Christian faith group. We welcome people from all backgrounds, Protestant, Catholic, mixed. We meet for gatherings every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we also have a lot of different fellowship throughout the week. But yeah, that's pretty much what Iron Sharpens Iron is, but it is going to look a little different this week.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, what does it mean to be a part of this group? And maybe what does it mean for you to be a part of Iron Sharpens Iron here at Notre Dame?
Absolutely. That's a great question, Sam. I'd say that Iron Sharpens Iron is really a great way to connect with your faith, to meet other students that are like-minded in that way, and really to just be in an environment that's fully student-run, fully student-led, and just grow in your faith and in your love for Christ with one another.
That's incredible. Well, let's get to this week's event. So Iron Sharpens Iron normally happens Thursday right here in Como at 10 p.m., right?
That's right.
But it's changing up this week. ISI on South Quad is actually an annual event that you guys have always done. And now, how long has ISI been a thing on campus?
Absolutely, yeah. So we've actually been around for 26 years, which is crazy to imagine. But we've had Iron Sharpens Iron on South Quad for many years. But COVID really put a hamper on the celebration and on all the events that we do each year. So we're really excited to bring Iron Sharpens Iron back to South Quad in a big way this year.
So ISI on South Quad is what it's called. It's Thursday at 8 p.m. Maya, but what all is happening? Tell us.
So basically, it's the same gathering as always. We're going to have worship. We're going to have a student be giving a talk. However, it's going to be outside. And at 8 p.m., we're going to have food. We're going to have yard games, fellowship, bring your friends. And then at 9 p.m., we're going to start with the usual service. And then we'll have our worship.
Perfect. So 8 o'clock food, free food, right? Free food. 9 o'clock service for ISI. Kyle, give us the rundown. How excited are you guys to have this event back? And what do people need? Do people need to bring anything? What should they come with?
Absolutely. No, there's nothing you need to bring. We are so pumped to just welcome everyone, whether you've been to Iron Sharpens Iron or whether you haven't. It's a great way to try it out. Make sure to bring a friend. Bring maybe a favorite yard game if you had one. If not, we have plenty that we'll bring. And we just can't wait to welcome everyone on Thursday night.
Well, it sounds exciting. So Thursday night, 8 p.m., right out there on South Quad, right?
Absolutely.
Right in front of Como? Right, like that's where, right in front of Como?
Yep, we'll see you then.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sitting down with Kyle Bass, Maya McClure from Iron Sharpens Iron, and make sure you go to ISI on South Quad Thursday at 8 p.m. on South Quad. But right now, let's go back to the desk. For NDTV, I'm Sam Kaufman.
Thank you, Sam, for sharing with us more information about the group and their successful event. Stay on the lookout for more Iron Sharpens Iron events coming soon.
Now let's take a look at campus opportunities and activities coming up in the next week. We all know what an impact our professors can have on our lives, but how often do we actually thank them? Well, now's your chance. In preparation for the first ever Teach at ND Day, students can fill out a form with a note of thanks to their favorite professors and TAs. You can find the form in the Week at ND Weekly Digest. Make sure to complete it before September 30th.
For students looking for an overseas adventure, consider attending the events of Study Abroad Week. The week kicks off next Monday, September 19th, with opportunities for drop-in advising, panels featuring returning students, and even an international trivia night. Check out studyabroad.nd.edu for more details.
And calling all music lovers, the Notre Dame Music Festival takes place this coming Wednesday, September 21st at 7 p.m. It features all different types of music, from classical to contemporary, instruments to voices. And you just might see some friendly ND Sunrise faces hosting the event. All students are welcome to attend, and admission is free. You can start donating to groups now at go.nd.edu/musicfest.
Now, one of our sports reporters, Kieran Cantwell, will fill us in on the outlook of Notre Dame football as they prepare to face the University of California this weekend.
The Fighting Irish football team has gotten off to a rough start, to put it mildly. After a shocking loss to the Marshall Thundering Herd, some people are already clamoring for Marcus Freeman to be fired. As Notre Dame fans, we find ourselves asking this question: where do we go from here? Following Brian Kelly's departure, Freeman had sky-high expectations from Irish fans after hearing rumors about the energy he immediately brought to the practice field and the recruiting trail. However, the Freeman era has begun with 3 consecutive losses, with the Fiesta Bowl against Oklahoma State last year and Ohio State and Marshall to kick off the new season. Notre Dame was expected to compete for a championship, coming into the season ranked 5th in the AP poll. So what happened? It is important to remember that succeeding as a head coach at the highest level of college football is a daunting task. Freeman is manning the sidelines with 0 experience at head coach at any level. At 36 years old, he will need time to adjust to being the head honcho. Even the most successful coaches in college football history had growing pains to open their careers. A familiar yet controversial face for Notre Dame fans is a perfect example of how patience can pay dividends. Brian Kelly went 8-5 in his first full season as the Fighting Irish head coach, including a loss to Tulsa, which is in the same conference as Marshall. Kelly would go on to become the winningest coach in Notre Dame history. And the man who many regard as the single greatest college football coach of all time, Nick Saban, provides another instance of how difficult it is to inherit a program and succeed in year one. In his first year at Alabama, the Crimson Tide went 7-6, with one of those defeats coming at the hands of lowly Louisiana Monroe. And now, Saban has Alabama considered the mecca of college football. Not to mention, both Kelly and Saban had many years of coaching experience before their stints with Notre Dame and Alabama, respectively. As Fighting Irish fans, we must maintain belief in the plan that Marcus Freeman and his staff have instilled, and cheer on the team as they continue to give everything they have for the remainder of the season. We are lucky to root for such a storied program, and it is our job as Notre Dame community to inspire confidence in our football team. With NDTV, I'm Kieran Cantwell, sending it back to the studio.
Thanks for the update, Kieran. Make sure to find out more about the game from Kieran and the Shamrock sports team on their weekly show that airs Fridays at 3 p.m.
Now let's hear from Zora and Mary Claire for a weather update. Fingers crossed they will have some sunny news for us after all the continuous rain the past few days.
What's up, NDTV? I'm Zora Rogers.
And I'm Mary Claire Anderson, and we are coming at you with this week's weather report.
It's been a rainy past couple days on campus, reflecting the tears of Irish fans as we lost to a team ranked 141st in the country. Luckily, things are looking up today with a partly cloudy high of 82 degrees and a low of 58.
And we're expecting mostly sunny skies on Friday with a high of 83 degrees, which, freshmen, is low compared to the temperature inside those dorm parties this weekend.
Let's hope that these sunny skies bring good vibes to our Fighting Irish football team as they take on Cal on Saturday.
Don't forget your sunscreen and your favorite Notre Dame Fighting Irish hat, because some of you were looking a little bit red after last week's game. Also, make sure to stay hydrated, with water of course, because we are looking at a high of 88 degrees on game day.
Let's hope that these sunny skies bring good vibes to our Fighting Irish football team as they take on the Bears. Don't forget to wear green to support Freeman and his team.
Yes, and this pattern of good weather is supposed to follow us all the way to Sunday, which hopefully foreshadows the luck of the Irish, as we're expecting a high of 85 degrees and a low of 65.
All right, that's all we have for you today. I'm Zora Rogers.
And I'm Mary Claire Anderson. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope you have a fun and safe weekend. As always, go Irish.
Thank you, Zora and Mary Claire. It's great to see some of our newest members just jumping right in and helping us out with the weather. Plus, they're pretty funny, don't you think?
I agree. I can't wait for their next fun weather update.
Soon, it'll be coming.
Yes.
And that's all we have for today's episode of ND Sunrise. Catch our newscasts on Thursday mornings in the Duncan Student Center from 9 to 11 a.m. You can also find us on the NDTV YouTube page under the ND Sunrise playlist.
To keep up on all the latest news, follow us at Notre Dame Television on Instagram, at Notre Dame TV on Twitter, and Notre Dame Television on YouTube.
Do you want to get involved with NDTV? We're always searching for people interested in student-led broadcasting and TV production. Come visit our studio here on the second floor of the Duncan Student Center, or send us an email at ndtv@nd.edu.
Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. From all of us here at the studio, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Amanda Pirkowski
and Abby Urban
from ND Sunrise signing off.